was like, what? Did I just get big time by ugly, dumb, drunk doofus Jimmy? Ooh, baby. It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. I played a little smashed potato bowl roulette. I got the one with the chicken.
Oh, you dirty dog.
One without.
They're both delicious.
Well, the one without is $3.49.
I'm saving money then.
This one right here has.
I am forkless, but that's okay.
You know what?
Can you eat it on the go?
You can eat it on the go. It's the smashed potato bowl. You want to hit this? Here. I'll pass that.
Thank you.
The KFC smashed potato bowl, I literally just got a text from my boy Mosh, the guy who designs the sneakers. And he goes, what do you say? I'll get you the exact quote. He goes, bro, the smashed potato bowl is amazing, LOL. Like, I'm not lying. I'm not lying, man.
Good.
I'm not lying. These are fire. I got pictures of people going through the drive-thru. I got pictures of people eating these for dinner, breakfast, lunch, dinner. It's everything you need in one shop. To me, that is invaluable. It's like I'm not cooking up 3 different sides and 3 different dishes. I don't need to order this, that, and the other. It's bam, smashed potato bowl. I got my bacon and my cheese and my smashed. You know what I realized? It's to the beat of the wobble song. Wobble, wobble, wobble,
Were your kids been listening to that?
What?
Were your kids been listening to that?
No, but I just, as I started doing it, I was like, I got the bacon and the cheese and the smashed potato bowl. I started doing the wobble. I was like, wait a second, I know this song. Everybody sing the smashed potato bowl song when you're eating it. Just put the wobble instrumental on and you got yourself a banger. $3.49. And right now, you get a BOGO with your smashed potato bowl. A BOGO bowl. Buy one, get one free when you use your KFC rewards account. So you go to KFCapp.com. Sign up for a KFC rewards account, and when you buy it through there, you get one smashed potato bowl for free. So that's 2 smashed potato bowls for $3.49. It's probably the best deal in all of fast food right now. You get the most food, the best food, for the least amount of money, and it's all in one spot. So go to KFCapp.com and do buy one, get one free on the KFC rewards account and smash your hunger. Buy one smashed potato bowl for $3.49 through your KFC rewards account and get one for free now.
I've eaten more smashed potatoes bowls this year than I've any other food.
I mean, easily.
It's a no-brainer.
We got Sam Talent on the show today. An absolutely unbelievable interview. He is one of the smartest dudes I know, period.
Yeah.
Let alone smartest comics. Just always a very insightful and thoughtful conversation with him. We got voicemails, of course, but let's dive into the deep, dark brain of John Feitelberg.
It's not a deep, dark brain.
Well, yes, it is.
Well, yes, it is.
You can't shake that one, baby.
We've been lucky enough at Barstool to witness coworkers do all kinds of great things and get rich and win championships and have incredible success. Never in my life have I been more jealous of a coworker than I am today.
Of who? What happened recently?
You might not know. The Wonton Don.
A dream scenario.
I've had this dream so many times. I've like this
best.
Like, bro, I'm not even saying he like the plane part. The plane part, yes, but he lived out. I've had this dream to the extent that I went on Good Morning America in the morning
and talked it out. Yes,
and in a Barstool T-shirt or like,
yep,
bro. I started
drop a one-liner that goes viral. Wait, let's explain. If you're not familiar with the situation, the Wonton Don, Donnie was flying out of Albuquerque, and on the plane, the dude sitting in the emergency row tried to open the door to the plane mid-flight. And him and a few other dudes, they went, let's roll on him. And they tore him down. They duct taped him up. They put zip tie handcuffs on him. And they made like an emergency landing and like fed him to the police.
Bro,
awesome.
It is. I mean, it's. If I did that, if I was on a plane for something like this, I might then hijack the plane and take it down because my life's not getting any better. I've done exactly what I want in this world.
Yep.
It's fucking amazing.
What would you say on Good Morning America?
Oh, I don't know if I had a line or anything like that prepared, but just like...
Because you got to have a line, like you got to go viral. You got to have like, something ready. You got to prepare yourself.
I mean, but you got to live the situation before you prepare the line.
Let it breathe. You gotta let it be real.
Donnie just like admitting he was buzzed already. Like, he's getting some tequila and Chinese food in my belly and I have to get in a fight. Like, oh, God, dude.
And there's nothing better than justified violence.
Yeah.
Like, not one person on the plane would be like, stop. They were all like, get him.
And like, he probably was, I imagine this guy was tripping. I think Donnie said that the man, he wasn't sitting right next to the guy. He was a few rows away. I think he heard that before the man lunged at the door, he just said something, I got to get out. I got to get off this plane.
Yeah.
And so he was probably tripping. He's probably fucked up somehow or whatever. Like, it's better to fight that guy than fight a terrorist.
Oh, yeah. This guy, while wildly dangerous and certainly a day ruiner for a lot of these people, I'm sure, was not. I think he was not in the right state of mind versus like, I'm trying to kill all these people.
Right. He wasn't on a mission from God.
Who amongst us is not, freaked out on a plane a little bit? He just went a little bit crazy. He went a little bit further. I don't know if I'm saying it clearly enough. It is the dream I've had. Your number one. For my life. Your number one dream.
I remember when I first moved to New York, when I first started Barstool, I was 21, and I was like, I was just trying to think of how to get bigger and stuff like that, and I was like, if I could get on a plane that was getting hijacked, and if I could stop that, and then in the morning plug Barstool, like Dave would be.
Then he'll give you a salary.
He's like, Dave would be over the moon about
Bro,
this.
I love that. It's like, what should I do? It's like, should I write more blogs? Can I make videos? Can I do a podcast? No, here's what I got to do. Got to find me a hijacked plane.
It was at the time. I remember it so vividly. Like I was trying to think how I could get out of being like the clicks guy, and the first thing I thought of was stop a terrorist attack, and fucking Donnie kind of got it.
I mean, who knows what would have happened?
Yeah,
guy opens that door, people get sucked out. There's deaths.
Dude, I mean, like he's
a hero.
Not the first to point it out, but he Wahlberged it. It wouldn't have gone down. It might have gone down differently had the Wonton Don not been on that plane.
Bro, that is so nuts to think about. Like that split second where like someone's acting weird and you're kind of like, wow, that's weird. And then they like reach for the door handle and you're like, I've got to do something here.
How far would you let it go?
Probably to the door handle. Like otherwise, I'd just be like if he's, what else could you really do?
I'd probably let him even pull it once.
I was gonna say, now there is part of me that's surprised that you wouldn't just be like, go ahead, it's fine, I got your back. I'll cover you. Pull this bitch down.
And not pull, but fiddle with it. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Fucking annoying. What is he doing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
And then once I see like a pull, okay, all right, I see what he's doing now. I get it.
Now, would you punch? Would you go like full Nelson? Would you go headlock?
I think
you go headlock.
I think headlock is the first move.
Yeah.
I think headlock because even a pull, you're gonna be kind of like.
I think you got to almost go full Nelson and get his arms back.
Yeah, true.
Because you don't want him, because you could like put him in a headlock and he's still reaching for the door handle.
Yeah.
You go up and over, and he's just doing the wobble like this.
That's a very good point.
Do we see how big he was?
Donnie has a picture from far away, but you can't really make
he's walking up the steps.
Yeah. I mean, he's on the lowest step.
Right. He's he's a full size man.
Yeah.
But it's funny that, it's like Donnie is the world traveler. He's just been, ripping hoons and drinking termies and smoking termies and all that shit for years now. And it's a numbers game. Eventually, eventually you hop on a plane that's going to have a crazy. That is every man's dream. And, I would love to know, like, I would probably end up being like the sixth guy in the pile. Like, get him. But I'd be the guy tweeting, yo, we took this guy down. Like, unless one of these guys pops up with their own Twitter account, he'd be like, I was there. He didn't do shit. Unless that happens, I'm going to be a fucking hero, man.
Dude, I'm so glad you used that word.
Hero?
Because that is sneaky. Somehow sneaky my favorite part of this whole thing.
What?
Our boy Dante the Dizzy.
What did he say?
He had a tweet last night
What
where
did
he
he
just
say?
said, "We have a real real hero amongst us. Like to see ESPN try and compete with that."
Oh no, he didn't. No, he didn't say that.
We have a true hero amongst our ranks now. Would love to see ESPN try to beat that.
He's such a dramatic dork.
I replied, I was like, first thing I thought of when I saw Donnie's tweet is, ESPN doesn't have any heroes. Mind you, by the way, ESPN used to have a series called Heroes Among Us, where they highlighted the veterans who worked for ESPN. So there's countless heroes who work for ESPN. It's just like there
was so many that executives were like, we need to make a show out of this. There's like 20 of you motherfuckers. Let's put this on the air.
So many veterans work for ESPN.
That's hilarious.
I guess Dante doesn't think veterans are heroes.
I mean, there's not an ounce of sarcasm in that. Thank you, hero Donnie. We love you. What?
Oh, he's the best. He's the best.
Nobody better
Love
than
to
him.
see
man.
ESPN try and beat this. What are you talking about? Why are you bringing ESPN into this? What does this have to do with anything?
That is the most illogical shit I've ever seen. Like, if I look at that story, see that tweet, look at those pictures, ESPN is like the 1 millionth thing on my mind.
Fox Sports 1, maybe. But ESPN, I highly doubt it.
Dante's thinking about fucking, Skip Bayless or whoever's left over there being like, nope, not them. Not them. Never change, Dante. Unless you want to be normal. But for our sake, never, ever change. God damn.
While we're talking about coworkers, I want to give a shout out, I think, to Riggs. Riggs has started a new video series today called Hater.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Riggs, I hope you are getting so much money for this because
to play and hang out with. So
the
premise is Riggs.
It's one thing like things like this have existed throughout time where people meet their hater or confront their hater or have a conversation with their hater. I can't imagine it usually goes much more than a half hour. To have to play a round of golf.
Is it a full round, like 18?
I imagine it's at least 9.
Oh.
So you're at least spending multiple hours with this person.
I've done this a couple times. We did the player hater ball on KFC Radio one time ago, and then I had a guy on mail time, and both times they lasted probably an hour long podcast. And heavens to Betsy, was it terrible?
I mean, I can't imagine. And I don't know to the extent of what kind of hater this person was. If he was just like, Riggs, I have a better swing than you, I guess that's one thing. If you're like a true blue, even that is even that you're still a fucking person I would not get along with.
Right.
But well,
you got to vet these guys in some regard because you don't want to have a true crazy, right?
Yeah.
So you think it's probably just someone who's like, Riggs, your form sucks. I know I'm better than you, and I should be the head of foreplay.
Right.
Like, okay, let's fucking prove it then, pal.
But
and you go out and play a full round with him.
I feel like in these stories, it always comes down to someone being like, "Sorry, man, I was just bored at work," or "Sorry, man, I was just trying to."
I just was just busting balls like one of the guys.
Like 100% of the time, it comes down to that, and I do not accept that.
I don't like. I don't want to let him off the hook. No, fuck
where
that.
it's you're the only person who's ever had a hard job or a hard day. It is. Again, all this is. It's all on a spectrum of you had a comment one time. That's one thing. I'm talking about true blue trolls.
Yeah,
and it's
saying
sorry, I was
shit.
sad in my life. I don't give a fuck. I'm
sad all the time. I don't take it upon myself to be fucking awful to other people, to strangers I don't know for no goddamn reason.
Again, I want to be clear. This guy might just have been it might have been one comment. I don't know to the extent, but if he's doing this with the haters that what you think of when you think of a hater on the internet. Riggs, I hope
let's see. Wait,
10 million per episode.
Can we pause that real quick? Scroll back about 5 seconds. A little bit more. I think there's a specific Twitter thread right there. So I'm a 9-4. I'll play you straight up for $1,000. Whoever wins will give. So this is more of a challenge.
Yeah. But it feels like it's a series.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know where
and
it'll go.
I'm sure there's going to be some fucking assholes out there, and I hope he gets a ton of money. I hope he beats all of them.
Yeah.
I hope he beats all of them, and he's more charismatic than all of them, and has every single one of them go home going oh fuck, I couldn't do that. I couldn't beat him, and I wasn't funny, and I wasn't entertaining. Fucking jerk offs. I mean, I hate they all. The 2 times that I did it publicly, and then a million times privately, anytime I've replied back in any way, It's the immediate fold. And it's like, I'd almost respect it more if you were like, yeah, man, fuck you.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I got hate in my blood. I got hate in my heart. I get it. Irrational hate happens sometimes. But it's the people who are like, shit, man, I didn't think you were going to see that. It's like, how the fuck did you do it? That makes you, that's what you get off on, you fucking asshole. Those are the people that I hate the most. At least stand by your words. So, I wonder how many of these we do, though, where it's like the first, because like you said, it's not even necessarily like, are you a troll that I hate? It's more just like, I'm probably not one to like your style.
Yeah, I'm just not going to get along with you.
And now I got to hang out with you for 3.5 hours.
That's fine. That's who you are.
Right.
I am not going to enjoy the company of a person who spends their day online being like, you fucking suck, whatever it is a troll would say. Right. That's just good for you. Happy for you. That's not what I like. There's just no way that's the kind of person I would like.
No,
so to spend 4 hours or 2 hours, however many they're playing, is,
you know what? He's a real hero.
Yeah,
he's a real hero amongst us.
That's why he's here, not ESPN. The last thing I wanted to touch real quick, I still don't think you've seen this. Jackie, could you pull up your tweet? In the airport. Yeah. I've thought a lot about this.
Okay.
Because it admittedly looks. Oh, sorry. I realized Pat's on the computer.
You and your feet dangling? Oh my god,
dude,
it's so funny.
That's the most comfortable I've been in 10 years. I have
getting the weight off your feet.
I have no regrets about that. I know it looks ridiculous.
I'm about to ditch Feitelberg too. Oh, by the way, you can just confess that you were lying about that plane being delayed again. You were just getting away from him. You can tell the truth. You can tell the truth.
It looks funny.
Yeah.
I guarantee. I mean, I prove that.
Yeah. Whatever.
We had a really nice lunch, dinner, whatever time it was, and the Pat was like, "All right, flight's going on. I gotta get out of here." And then we walked to the gate, and just Pat is just sitting there. But that chair, the airports are tough because like. If I want to put my feet up, I don't want to take the whole aisle like an asshole. Mm-hmm. But the chair's not really big enough to recline, so I need a couple more inches. So I threw the bag
as an ottoman almost. Yeah.
And it was boy was it
look
comfy.
at you doing the dangle. It's so fucking funny. I don't know if they do this on purpose because it's a couple seasons in a row now on my favorite show, Love Is Blind. They put this guy in this chair the other day. I hope I still have it on my phone. It was absolutely preposterous. Where did this go? Look how big this chair is. What is that? That's like we're trying to make these people look foolish.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That chair is for giant people. This guy's like a regular. I'll send it to you. This guy's like a regular fucking, 6 foot something man, and he's just dwarfed in these chairs. And they did it to some other guy last season. He had him. He was meeting the father-in-law, and they put him in a chair that gave him dangly feet. Imagine that. You're trying to meet the father and ask for the hand of marriage, or you're just doing the Feitelberg dangle. Bro, that show, I did 1 minute, man, on it, and I showed you the new episodes are out tonight. As you're listening to this, they'll already be out. I'm so fucking gassed up for them, bro. This look at that fucking guy. It's ridiculous. The Megan Fox chick, she goes, spoiler alert, they go back to her family, and it's like 3 other sisters, and she's like, tell him, who do I get? And one of them's like, Carrie Underwood. And the other one's yelling Megan Fox, and I was like, what is going on here? It's if you're not watching Love Is Blind, there's this girl who told one of the contestants in Love Is Blind, you talk to somebody through a wall, and then they propose to you like sight unseen. And she said, now to be fair, she goes, I get somebody too all the time, and I don't really see it, and I think it's only because I have dark hair and light eyes, but and all the guy heard and wanted to hear was Megan Fox. So he's just like on a one-way track because he wanted it to be true. But she did try to discount it as much as she could. But my God, we're not talking about just like any old celebrity lookalike. You picked one of the most iconically attractive women of all time in a lie that you have to know.
Yeah,
just look at yourself. Like this. That chick is gonna come to roost. And not only that, the girl she's in the love triangle with, which was known. It was known that they were both kind of going after the same guy. Looks a lot like Megan Fox. So you're running around saying I look like Megan Fox when the other girl looks like Megan Fox and you decidedly don't. Now, to be fair, Chelsea is being very cool and humble about it on the internet, which kind of ruins all the fun. Because I want to be like, is this bitch out of her fucking mind? But everything she's posted on Instagram since has been like, the internet is flaming me. I've learned my lesson. I'm never going to talk about celebrity lookalikes ever again. I'm almost hoping that on the new episode, she's like drunk and obnoxious so that I can be mean about it because it's more fun that way. But it is, this guy, Jimmy, reached out, by the way. This motherfucker, I posted the video. He comments on it, and he was like, wow, like, KFC talking about me. Never thought I'd see the day. So I DM him, and he says something like, yo, put me on Barstool. I'll give you guys, like, my first exclusive interview. And I was like, cool, bet. Like, let's do it. And then he goes, well, who am I going to be talking with? I was like, fucking me, dude. and then he goes, all right, I got to see if Love is Blind will let me do that. I was like, what? Did I just get big time by fucking ugly, dumb, drunk doofus Jimmy?
That's crazy. Fuck, that guy's not coming on this fucking
No,
show.
not anymore. Not anymore. He's the schlubby Francis is what he is. He has a terrible fade, and he kind of has like this Francis vibe to him, except he's like a goofy drunk. I shouldn't say drunk. He's definitely drunk in the one video, but in the one episode. But yeah. He was, as soon as I was like, yeah, me. He's like, well, we got to see.
That's crazy.
Fuck off, Jimmy.
That's an insane. Fuck this guy.
Yeah, no, fuck this guy.
That's insane. I don't know anything about these people, but I know I don't like this guy.
Yeah, no, he's his shit's for the birds. The other girl, the super hot chick Jessica is also, I don't know whether she just is like this level-headed woman or like she knows that the cameras are on and she's gonna like, make sure she comes off looking good. But I'm pretty sure every step of the way she's like very level-headed in the most absurd of circumstances. I can't even fucking imagine when that wall opens up and you expect Megan Fox and you see someone who doesn't look like Megan Fox and then you have the reunion.
Has he seen her at this point?
No. Has he? They've seen other... No, so there's this other chick, AD. She's this black chick. Baddie. Body like crazy. They asked her, how'd you get your body? She goes, Jesus and squats, girl. And he's like all shit-faced. And the Megan Fox lookalike is next to him. And he's just like, yo, that girl is stacked. It's just the most like ridiculous, whacked out, demented show you've ever seen. And this cast is one for the ages. So anybody else, you're welcome to come on the show. Just fuck you, Jimmy. You schlubby Francis. But yeah, the second half of season 6 is now out. So even if you're not a reality, I'm not a huge Bravo guy. I'm not a huge reality show guy. I dabble in a couple of them. This one is always like, there's the way they edit it. Some of these wackos, they are just. And then there's actually normal people too. I think there's actually a pretty decent hit rate on people who just like got married.
Really?
It's like, yeah, not, it's probably like 15, 20%, but it's still like more than, zero. Like there was a couple that met each other on this one and they're both very religious and they're both like waiting to have sex till marriage and they were talking about God and everything and they're just like, at least as of right now, maybe that guy. So I don't know. I up until this point, we've always proven on the show, decidedly, love is 100% not blind.
Yeah.
It's 100% people need to like see you and be attracted to you. But yeah, if you're not watching, give it a whirl because it is. Man, I would love to get Jackie on Love Is Blind. Jack, you would be so good on Love Is Blind. Cause
I would love to be on it.
yes.
Would you really?
I mean, I've never watched it, so I don't know, but like.
Oh, I think
you're weird. You'll like pop up. Do you watch reality TV? 'Cause you don't talk about it a lot, but then like it comes up and you're like, I'd be on.
Well, Love Island
Like, is that
was
just
your
because
jam,
it's
right?
reality TV, or do you know these shows?
I watched Love Island.
You watch Love Island.
And like Vanderpump Rules and everything like that.
Right, but you just got into Vanderpump, right?
Yeah, I just got into Vanderpump. But like Love Island, I strictly want to be on Love Island just because like it looks like a good hang. Like I just think it'd be fun to like.
Well, this is kind of cool too because you go on quote unquote dates and you go into the pods they call it, and you sit and you have like they give you food and wine and shit, and you just talk to someone through a wall for a few hours, and then you go back to like your quarters where it's like that's where the women and and the guys all hang. So you kind of like hang with the fellas and then go on these weird dates, or you hang with the girls and then go on these weird dates.
Fucking chick. I'll be back.
Yeah, basically.
Save my seat.
Right. That's exactly what I. But then then it gets competitive because you like realize you're going for the same girl, so you stop hanging out and shit like that. But I could see you being a very good, like on the date, just getting drunk and asking weird questions, and being like the girl's favorite back in the, when they're all hanging out.
I mean, if somebody can get me on Love Is Blind, I will 1,010%
Okay.
go
All
on
right.
Love Is
That's
Blind.
that's my goal. I'm gonna try to get you on Love Is Blind. They do it in cities though. They and I don't think they like come to New York. They go they did it in like North Carolina and
Are all
Houston.
these people from the region?
I think so.
Oh,
Because they want, you're supposed to get married, so like they have to make sure. No one, if it's like we live on opposite sides of the country, like this is not going to work. So they want people to actually get married. So maybe they'll do one in New York. I'm just waiting. There's going to come a day. I've been saying this for 6 seasons now. There's going to come a day where there's going to be a morbidly obese person. Or just a truly heinous person. There's some sexy people, but usually they're like pretty normal. And there's going to come a day where they've got some duds. And that wall's going to go up. And someone's going to go like, fuck. Like not be able to control their
reaction.
reaction.
Ask and you'd be like, on a regular day, how many calories do you eat?
Dude, one guy was like, so would I be able to like lift you over my head? It was like,
well, that's a pretty high bar. Like lift you over my head.
yeah, well, whatever he said. He was like, would I be able to carry you or whatever? You're really not supposed to talk about. That's why this girl broke like the cardinal rule by doing the celebrity lookalike thing. Other people have been like, so do you go to the gym a lot? Do you like, how much do you eat? Like, just basically being like, are you fat or
Can
not?
you just be like, by the way, I'm crazy hot.
Well, so when the guy officially picked the Megan Fox lookalike, that chick Jessica finally flexed on him a little bit, and I think she was talking about more like the full package. But she was like, "You're gonna choke when you see me," and I think she meant more like just me as a woman. But I think a little bit of that was like, I've seen all these chicks, and I'm by far the baddest. And when you see this, he had told her, I have allergies, I need to carry an EpiPen everywhere. And she said it was on in front of her mind because she was like, oh my God, I have to like learn how to use this EpiPen. If he's my husband, I have to like know this. So it was on her head, and she was like, you're going to need your fucking EpiPen to open up your airways when you see me. And I'm like, oh, you're goddamn right, dude. So, yeah, I'm on my Love Is Blind shit. Follow along with me. I'll be making videos on YouTube and stuff about it in the next coming days. All right. Voicemails?
Yeah.
KFC Radio is sponsored by BetterHelp.
A common misconception about relationships is that they have to be right. But sometimes the best ones happen when both people need to do a little bit of work in order to make them great. Just like anything else. You're training or working hard, that's when you get the greatest level. So, same thing with relationships, and that's where therapy can be a place to work through the challenges you face in all of your relationships, whether we're talking romantic, friends, workplace, family, anybody. That's where you can finally make those things great. So I know anytime that I've talked through my feelings at therapy about significant others, about exes, about friends, coworkers, bosses, I'm always in a better place to make sure that those relationships are the best that they can be. So if you're thinking about starting therapy in order to work through those things, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to fit your schedule. And all you got to do is fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist. You can switch therapists at any time. If you don't like it, you don't have to feel bad about it. They don't charge you extra. All of it is easy and designed to make sure that it's all comfortable for you. You can text, you can call, you can do video chat. Any which way you want to chat with your licensed therapist is fine. It's all virtual, and it's affordable because right now when you go to betterhelp.com/KFC, you get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, BetterHelp.com/KFC for 10% off your first month of mental health help. Become your own soulmate, whether you're looking for one or not. Visit BetterHelp.com/KFC today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/KFC.
What's going on, guys? It's the traffic guy that misses signs from women. Good news, I'm still seeing that girl, and things are going pretty steady. So
Called it.
heads up, if we do end up getting married, it's going to be thanks to mostly you guys and putting that voicemail out there. So everybody will get a wedding invitation. I know, KFC, you're probably not going to come, but Feitelberg, 2 words for you, open bar. You better be there. Feitelberg is not even like missing signs at this point now. I think based off of the last episode of the podcast I heard, he is just sitting there with a shotgun waiting to shoot them out of the air when a girl throws it at him. I mean, how often do you come here? Kind of. What team are we rooting for? Different teams. Boom. Just like boom, boom. Rapid succession. Shoot them out of the air as they are approaching him. So not even missing anymore. Anyways, goes into my question. So I drive through DC in the DMV traffic all the time, right? Driving home today, and I just got so frustrated with how it seems like nobody else on the road knows how to drive anymore. I feel like personally, if I could just erase everybody's memory and teach them my way of driving, traffic congestion, a lot of accidents would stop, and the world would just be a better place. So my question to you guys is, what's a certain thing or skill that you feel like if you could erase everybody's memory and teach them how to do it your way, you would make the world a better place? I know. Viva.
It's a great question.
Airport security.
Airport security.
I watch motherfuckers freeze up at airports, and I get it because they're
constantly changing the rules.
Constantly changing the rules. There is this inherent, if you have any sort of like, if you care about anybody else other than yourself, you have this inherent like anxiety. Like I got to do it quick. I got to do it fast. I don't want to bother the people behind me. You know, you got a load of people behind you. You got assholes just screaming at you. They're changing the rules. Sometimes it's this. Sometimes it's that. They have different machines. All that shit. So I do get why it's a panicky situation, but my lord, I watch people just like they're like that infomercial commercial guy. They just start fumbling everything and like just doing illogical shit.
It is airport security. I get frustrated during, but like I do have to try and remind myself, like, you do this every week. This is most people's like
first time flying a year. Yeah. And to be honest, it's not really the people; it's the system. I mean, we've talked about it before. The multiple aisles don't work.
Yeah,
they don't work.
Yeah.
And then multiple trays, but the bags don't go in the trays. Sometimes the bags do go in the trays.
But it's like so weird. They do like the rules do. Like I have people tell me I have to take my sweatshirt off. I have people tell me I don't take my sweatshirt off. I have people take my belt off. I don't take my belt off.
Yeah.
My watch. I don't. Not my
Dude,
watch.
how about this?
Like,
if you go to JFK, this happened to me since we've been flying so much. Literally, there's 2 podiums to get checked in. One, you only need to show your ID. One, you need to show your ID and your boarding pass.
Yeah.
And it's like based on the machine. He's like, that machine over there doesn't need your boarding pass. I was like the scanner machine there, the X-ray thing. I was like, what is that about? So I mean, I said this over the weekend. I don't know if you guys. America needs to get over it and just get over it. You know what I'm talking about. Get over it. Just relax. It's not happening again. So leave the shoes on, leave the belts on. Let me fly with a bottle of water. I don't get any of these things. I don't get any of these fucking things. And the world would be a better place. But that's and I guess so. Maybe my answer would be more. It's not erasing because it's new enough. There just needs to be tutorials on how to use the self-checkout. And that's another one.
Oh, yeah.
That's another one where the fucking machine sucks. Sometimes, I'm talking about the grocery store. Sometimes you scan something and you have to put it down on the thing. And then if you move it, it thinks that you're like stealing it. Sometimes you don't have to put it there. So we gotta have uniform, standardized checkouts. But man, these people are like just so slow, and they don't. It's just like have a bag ready, put it into the bag on top of the thing. And,
it is crazy.
That
That's kind of a similar thing to TSA. Like what we just did to old people is insane.
Oh, they must be.
We just ruined the world. Like ruined their world.
Yep.
Because I still. It's not necessarily the human interaction I like. I don't really care one way or the other with that. But like, I don't like using self-checkouts. It's not smooth for me. I'm not smart enough. Whatever it may be, I don't care. So if it's an option of like, there's an open self-checkout or wait 2 people and you can go to regular checkout, I'll usually wait. Those don't exist anymore. Like even that's like there's just no all those turnstiles or whatever you want to call them. Those are just full empty. You got to use self-checkout, and I'm referring to like. The Walgreens and the CVS I go to.
Yeah.
But like To expect some octogenarian to just walk in and be like, you have to check yourself out is crazy. It's crazy.
How about the? This is only in airports I've seen it. I only got into one. Have you done like the no checkout at all because you check in?
Yes,
that's wild.
Those are pretty sick.
That's an Amazon thing.
Amazon, yeah.
Yes,
I used it just going to Vegas for the first time.
Yeah, me too. You scan. I think I scanned my phone actually, or my card.
Yeah, I probably did a tap.
But then you're in the store, and you take whatever you want, and then upon walking out, I don't know, infrared Easy Pass scans you, and there's got to be a way to like steal shit out of that, though, right?
I would certainly.
I'm picturing like if you throw things out of it, like you go over like the
kids.
It's like entrapment with
there. It's just like, come on.
Yeah. Did you really have to steal that bottle of water?
I would say using the tap. I'm a tap god. Like and it's actually crazy using it anywhere outside of New York. People look at you like you're a wizard. Like,
oh yeah, yeah,
dude.
I still don't do it. I'm still like old enough that I'm like, do you have it? Do you have it? And it's like everybody has it.
Yeah.
Now, you know. So I like assume
everyone
they don't
here
have
does.
it.
In Arkansas, they were literally.
What are you talking
They
about?
almost shot. What the fuck was that?
Black magic.
How did you just pay for that?
Well, that's another thing on my Pleasant. I
They
think
thought I hacked the computer and it just said approved. And they were like, "What'd you do?
Did you text it? Did you text the on my presidential platform? The main thing, whether we want to do that or whatever it is, uniform. Like, let's just make tapping. Rip out all the ones that require insert. Definitely rip out the ones that require swipe. Everything's a tap.
Yeah.
And then everything should be a phone. But, whatever. Some people have different phones or you're old enough. You got to at least still have credit cards. But all of it is a tap. Let's make that just... That's been long enough.
Getting on the subway, I don't break stride. Like people who stand there and fumble through their bag or something like that. The second I start going down the stairs, my phone's out and I'm ready to go.
That is a great one.
Smooth.
And that was one even before, like, you should have had your Metro card ready. I used to be able to, like, I could hit my Metro card swipe on the run. You know what I mean? Like, think. It's just anything that you do. I guess you're right, like, with traveling, sometimes it's like this is your commute. But, like, everyone in New York's commuting.
Yeah.
So it's not like, oh, this is your first time. Maybe there's some tourists here and there. Anything that you do, like, repeatedly, you got to be able to fucking let's go, I do feel that way with driving sometimes. Just, like, little things when it's like, bro, how'd you not run that yellow light? You got to run the yellow light because, like, we're in traffic and now we're going to block the box.
Yeah,
like, shit like that. It's just like, how did that not trigger in your brain?
I saw a tweet the other day. It was so funny. It's like an older tweet that got retweeted. It was like someone who's in therapy watching me cut them off on the highway. Like, take it easy. I'm sure he has a reason. Maybe his wife's in labor or something like that. me. I'm the king of the highway.
That's true. What about I mean, I could maybe say the internet.
Internet?
I'd maybe like to reprogram everyone on how to use the internet correctly.
I would say I'm not good at it anymore. I would say that's a long time coming. I would say that's probably like...
I think you still sell yourself short. Like, I was watching some of my friends post, first of all, on Facebook. My friends are on Facebook.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if I told this on the podcast, but one of my friends, he was like, oh, my birthday... Somebody hacked my Facebook and changed my birthday to today, and it's a nightmare right now. And I was like, "You sound." Did they change your birthday to like 1896? Because you are fucking ancient. The fact that you even knew that, and the fact that that is somehow impacting your life, that this is like, oh no, people are wishing me happy birthday on my wall, or I don't even know what that fucking is anymore. But beyond that, I saw a guy post on Facebook, and it was like 4 photos, and it was like. He checked in at the restaurant and wrote, like, great dinner with my wife, like, tagged it, and and it was, like, a picture of them and their food, and I was just like, oh, you're old.
That I'm still... Because that I don't even count as the internet. That's just, like, socializing. Like, it's socializing on the internet. But the internet itself, I don't think I've ever been particularly good at. On, like, finding things or using, like,
I
search
agree with
engines
that.
or...
We are...
Like I just
probably-
walked out moments ago to the office and just like announced, asking them like, is there an app that can have someone pick something up for me?
Grandpa Feitelberg over here.
And the answer is no, by the way.
What do you mean pick something up for you?
I needed to get a costume, and they were like, I checked TaskRabbit. TaskRabbit didn't do it. Then I was like, I don't think Instacart goes there. Like, I just want someone to go to a store that's not a regular.
You need
store.
like slave labor.
Yeah.
It's just like there really should be an app for I just have something to be done.
Right.
And it's not a specific thing that falls within the purview of these other apps. I just need a human that can go somewhere right now and do a couple things. Go pick up my kids for me. I bet you there's like the top 1% who can like I'm watching these Sora videos and the Chat GPT prompts and stuff, and I'm like, I should probably be learning how to use this.
That's what I mean. Like all that stuff,
know?
like I count that as like internet, and like I don't know, like coding and like I guess that's
well,
like
coding's
internet,
I
but,
think like another extreme, but like these Chat GPT AI prompting Sora things are like very easy, and I'm like it's not very apparent to me yet, but like there's a way that this is going to help. Like if we implemented this, so I should just like read about this and try to figure it out, and I'm just not going to do it. And then there are other people who they're always that already it's inherent to them, or they are first in line. But I think like there's those guys, like then there's us, and then there's like all of society. So I think you're still pretty far ahead. That's the fact that you could like navigate through all the social media apps more or less. Navigate through all. You know how to find your comments. You know how to find your this. Like you'd be surprised how many people are like,
Yeah, I'm Oscar Steen in the locker room being like, I don't think I'm really that good at hockey.
Yeah,
and it's like, well, you're on the Bruins, dude.
Trust me. Yeah, you're good enough.
Yeah. But you're judging by the world. Yes, in this locker room, no, you're right. We just put you on waivers. But
but generally speaking, Jackie, what's one thing you would change, or how the question's prompted?
What is the question again?
What's one thing you think you do better than everyone else?
If you could like erase their minds and reteach them to do it your way, you think? I mean, obviously singing, but
Me singing. Shit.
Showering too. I'm a great shower.
Speed, quality.
I get in, get out. My whole morning routine. I'm like, and I do a lot. I think some guys are like, I just get dressed and put on what I take a shower, and I
don't dry off.
I put on I do a little skincare. I put on, and like everything's like 7 minutes.
Showering is, if you need to, can be done in like 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Like if you furiously rub the soap all over your body, shampoo your hair, wash your face, like it can be done in 60
But then
seconds.
I'm so smooth with like getting out, and like while this dries,
Brushing.
I'm doing this thing, and while that dries, I'm doing this.
For sure.
And I put on pants because those are dry, and then that like I'm very bing bang bang bang.
Yeah. No. That's a good one as well.
Because it is. I think I said this on the bracket recently, where like it was like the red flags for girls thing, and it was like taking forever, and like I always used to kind of roll my eyes at that, at like like the standard sitcom trope kind of deal, and then like as I get older, and I'm with women,
Yup.
and I'm like, I'm not saying anything right now, but I can see 3 years down the line,
This is gonna drive me
really
insane.
fucking bothering me. Like you knew what time we had to be ready,
Yes.
and now you're yelling at me like you didn't know you had to put makeup on.
Yeah,
like
and there's just wasted time. It's like I understand you have to do a whole other thing with your makeup, but like while your makeup's on, while you're doing this and trying that, you should be doing this. They don't think of that.
I'll be like, look, I'm gonna go to the gym. You want to start getting ready?
Right.
And like,
and it's about the right time.
that's a real thing.
Yeah.
Like I'll go.
Crazy. You got anything?
I think everybody should learn how to there should be like tell a story class, because these are
Great one.
two great
Great
storytellers
one.
right here. But like you should have, it almost should be like a part of like your elementary school. It's like nobody cares but the first probably minute and a half you're telling the story.
Yes.
Just get to that point.
Get rid of the unnecessary
Yeah.
details. You don't need the setting surrounding it all. You don't need what day was it, what year was
Not
it.
how you were feeling.
Just
everything about that. Yeah.
Just get to the part that people go, oh shit, that's a great one.
There's a line in Veep when what's his name, Vernon, the guy who's the dictator of Georgia, and she's talking to Selena's talking to the woman, and she's like, the way he tells a story, it has a beginning and a middle and an end
And a beginning.
And he's got some humor sprinkled in it, and it makes it kind of enjoyable to listen to. She's like, you might want to remember that.
Yeah, most stories have a beginning, middle, and then a beginning. They start like over again, and I'm like, wait, why are we back at the
I'm all over the place. I need that so bad.
But you have your own unique way.
Your charm with it.
Yours
Yeah.
is it's
No,
You keep people laughing throughout it, though.
No, I gotta stop saying like too. On the podcast, I just get nervous, and when I edit myself, I'm like, like, I'm so annoyed.
No, that's pretty standard.
But everybody kind of goes through that. You do get better at that as you go through reps. Like,
Yeah, right.
you do just realize the ones that are necessary and the ones that aren't. That's the number one answer, though. The tell a story. That's it right there. That's the whole world to be better. Oh, and I want the whole world to go to sleep. Men in Black them, all the producers and cameramen of the world, and do it how Paps does it.
Oh, yes.
Not how I do it. I don't know how to do it. But the amount of time that we would have saved over the last 15 years shooting and reshooting scenes. Everybody here does a great job. But it's one of those things where it's almost like we looked behind the curtain and saw like how the wizard does it. You know what I mean? It's like, wait, we don't have to reshoot it 17 times. We don't need to move this 1 inch to this way or re-say it with one extra word or one less word. Like, it just works. Oh, man, that was a real eye-opener. That was a red pill moment or whatever. All right, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Click that button.
Or I'll cut off my finger.